To whoever this may impact, sometimes our lives have to be completely shaken up, changed, and rearranged to relocate us where we're really meant to be. Sometimes change feels like loss, transformation is scary, and sometimes to discover the best versions of ourselves, we must let go of absolutely everything that's holding us down. Welcome to I Missed Me, your new safe space. I'm excited to form a part of your healing journey. The idea of right person, wrong time suggests that you've met someone perfect for you, but the timing isn't just aligning. Maybe you're too busy with work, dealing with personal issues, or not ready for commitment. Life is messy, and timing matters. But here's where the problem lies. If someone is truly the right person, wouldn't you make it work, regardless of the timing? Think about it. When something feels truly essential, don't we prioritize it? Whether it's a dream job, a big opportunity, or even a concert we really want to attend, we find a way. So why wouldn't we with the right person? Or could it be that right person, wrong time is just an easy way to say, we weren't right for each other, but I don't want to admit it? Let's get into the psychology of why this phrase persists. For starters, it's comforting. Blaming timing gives us closure without admitting failure. It allows us to avoid the sting of rejection or the guilt of saying, I'm just not that into you. Self-protection is natural, but it also keeps us stuck. If you're holding on to the belief that someone was the right person at the wrong time, you're more likely to romanticize what could have been instead of focusing on what is. Cognitive dissonance is when we try to reconcile two conflicting truths. You feel like the relationship could have worked, but the reality is, it didn't. So what's easier? Blame the timing. If timing was the only issue, why wouldn't the relationship find its way back together when circumstances improve? More often than not, the right person, wrong time. Excuse just delays the inevitable realization that maybe they weren't the one for you. Timing does matter, but not in the way that we think. Timing isn't an external force preventing you from being with someone. It's an internal indicator of readiness. If you're too busy to give a relationship your best, that doesn't mean that you've met the right person at the wrong time. It means you're not ready for the kind of relationship that you think that you want, and that's okay. But let's call it what it is: misalignment. You and the other person might have the potential, but potential doesn't always equal compatibility, and waiting for the right time won't change that. Relationships thrive not because of perfect timing, but because of mutual effort and shared priorities. So instead of asking, was this the right person at the wrong time? Ask, what does this relationship teach me about what I want and need? Instead of right person, wrong time, try, the relationship wasn't meant to last, but it showed me what's possible. When you stop fixating on what could have been, you free yourself to appreciate the role that relationships played in your life. Maybe it taught you how to communicate better. Maybe it helped you realize your own value. Or maybe it just showed you that you're capable of deep connection, even if it wasn't the forever kind. Every relationship, no matter how brief, is part of your journey. But holding on to the right person, wrong time myth can keep you from moving forward. Let's stop romanticizing missed opportunities and start focusing on what's possible when two people are truly aligned. Timing isn't a barrier, it's a filter. It shows us who's meant to stay in our lives and who's meant to teach us to move on. Human beings are wired for storytelling and how we make sense of chaos, find meaning in randomness, and soothe the ache of disappointment. The phrase right person, wrong time is a perfect example of this. Think about it. When our relationship doesn't work out, we crave an explanation. It's too unsettling to say, it just didn't work. That feels random, unresolved, and incomplete. But if we say, it was the right person at the wrong time, suddenly, there's a reason. It softens the blow. The problem is, these stories often trap us. Instead of learning, growing, and moving forward, we get stuck in a narrative that keeps us tied to the past. We reread old messages, revisit memories, and tell ourselves if only the timing had been different. But life isn't a movie. There is no alternate universe where everything lines up perfectly. Sometimes, things just don't work out, not because of timing, but because of mismatched values, priorities, or readiness. And that's okay. It doesn't mean the relationship was a failure. If someone truly is the right person, wouldn't you or they do whatever it takes to make it work? Relationships are built on effort, not circumstances. I've seen people juggle demanding careers, family, obligations, and personal challenges while still showing up for their partner. Why? Because when someone truly matters to you, you make room for them. Here's the truth. The right time isn't something to wait for. It's something you create. It's about mutual willingness to show up, even when life feels complicated or inconvenient. When we say that someone was the right person, we're often putting them on a pedestal. We gloss over the arguments, the incompatibilities, the red flags, and instead, we hyper-focus on their good qualities or their happiest moments, creating an idealized version of their relationship. This is dangerous because it distorts reality. You can't move on something if you're still clinging to an idealized memory. And let's be honest, if their relationship was so perfect, why did it end in the first place? It's easy to say that timing was the reason, but in the most cases, the reasons are more complex. Maybe communication broke down, and maybe there was a lack of emotional availability. Maybe you both wanted different things, and those issues won't magically disappear, even if circumstances change. Holding on to the right person, wrong time narrative not only keeps you tied to the past, but also prevents you from seeing new opportunities for love. It's like trying to read the next chapter of a book while obsessively rereading the last one. Scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, how many posts have you seen romanticizing the idea of the one that got away? Maybe it's a viral video of someone saying it. If it's meant to be, I'll come back. Or a dramatic caption about wanting the stars to align. These narratives make heartbreak look poetic, almost glamorous. They frame failed relationships as unfinished love stories instead of what they usually are, relationships that weren't meant to last. This messaging can make it harder to let go. You start to wonder, what if they're my soulmate and I'm giving up too soon? But soulmates, if you believe in them, aren't people who slip through your fingers. They're the ones who stay, grow, and build a life with you. Social media has a way of romanticizing longing, but longing isn't love. Don't let curated highlight reels or sentimental quotes convince you to hold on to something that's no longer serving you. What if, instead of focusing on the idea of right person, wrong time, we focused on what that relationship taught us? Every connection, whether it lasts for 3 weeks or 3 decades, teaches us something about ourselves. Maybe it showed you what kind of partner you want. Maybe it revealed patterns you need to break, like avoiding vulnerability or over-prioritizing work. And instead of seeing their relationship as a missed opportunity, see it as a stepping stone. It's part of your growth, not your final destination. And the lessons you take from it will help you recognize the person who is right for you when the time comes. Not every relationship is meant to last forever, and that doesn't diminish its value. Some people are here to teach us, challenge us, or help us heal. And when their role in our lives is complete, it is okay to let go. First, let go of the idea that timing is an external force working against you. Timing is simply a reflection of readiness and priorities. Next, reframe your perspective. Instead of mourning that didn't work, celebrate what you learned. Use those lessons to build healthier, more aligned relationships in the future. And finally, trust that the right person, the one who truly aligns with your values, goals, and emotional readiness, won't slip away because of timing. They'll stay, they'll work through their challenges with you, and they'll choose you every day. The right person is someone you create alignment with, not someone you wait for when the stars finally align. With love, Mafe. Besties, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to share with anyone that might need to listen. Don't forget that we have a membership where as soon as you sign up, you will receive an I Missed Me hoodie. Plus, you have access to an exclusive episode every single month, printable activities, meditations, monthly challenges, PDF guides, and behind the scenes content. Don't forget to follow I Missed Me on social media, I Missed Me Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe to I Missed Me's YouTube channel, I Missed Me Podcast. I will see you guys on our next episode.